funny because, Kate, we can go 4 deep, we can go 5 deep. We could bring up a guy who might be 10th on my list, and you can make the argument that that player is the best quarterback right now. And I filibuster for all this because I have to give an answer. I'm saying Josh Allen.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Number 1, best quarterback in the league.
Best quarterback. If I am building a team right now and I can pick any of these...
Peter, that's different.
That's your definition?
I'm picking him for the remainder of the year.
All right, go on.
I'm riding with Allen. This guy's been lights out, and I know week 1 is a giant pockmark on his resume because they showed up and they got beaten by the Steelers in their own building, and it's weird now that we look back at it. But, oh, this was so pretty on Sunday night. And he has been so good all season.
Dominant.
The arm, I think, is the strongest arm in all of football, okay? All due respect to Mahomes and Stafford and the rest, and Joe Flacco, who I'm sure can still throw it 80 yards. And I also think he's got the mobility, and as great as Lamar was last night, you could argue a million times Lamar does it all that Josh Allen does. I don't know if Lamar can do that. I don't know if Lamar can do that pass right there. I'm going Josh Allen, and I say it cringing because I could easily 3 minutes from now say I actually think it's Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert, or you pick the quarterback. It's such a good time to be an NFL fan with all of these gunslingers.
I'm absolutely amazing, and Josh Allen is a guy who's at the top of my list in a different order, but I mean, I have to go with the GOAT. I have to go with Tom Brady.
Okay.
Whether I need time for one game or I need time just this season, I'm going with him. And a lot of that, too, is predicated on the weapons and this offense and how comfortable Tom looks. And so for me, I'm not just taking the quarterback. I'm taking this offense because he's a part of this offense. And, I mean, you watch what Tom Brady's doing right now at this age, and, I mean, that offense in Tampa, all those weapons, the #1 receivers out there. You got 3 #1 receivers when Gronk gets back in the fold. The rest of those tight ends, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's more impressive, Tom doing this at 44 or Lamar doing it at 24?
It's probably Lamar doing this at 24.
You think?
To be honest with you. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because I thought Lamar still, you know, I think the biggest upside is the potential that Lamar still has a ways to go from an understanding it standpoint and really seeing it. And last night I thought we saw a glimpse of, wow, the game, you know, once it really, really slows down, and I don't think it slowed down quite the way he wants it to, but it's starting to, and look what we saw last night. So once he really gets that Rolodex of understanding what defenses are trying to do to him like Tom has already, scary.
Did you just change your answer?
No, it was always Tom.
This is so fun.
Did I say Lamar? I said Tom.
So Tom.
But you also said it was more. Okay, all right.
Tom's got a lot of all-pros around him. He's got a really good team.
Yeah.
Peter, you're showing Josh Allen highlights. I don't know if this guy can do that. This guy, I think if 5-year-old Mel Schrager could do it against the Chiefs defense at this point. I don't think that works. Okay. The greatest quarterback is Brady.
Yes.
If I had to win one game, I'd say Brady. If I'm starting an organization right now, I would still take Mahomes. But the best quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. I don't think he's playing the best right now. I actually think playing the best is actually Justin Herbert. Okay. But I think Rodgers is the best at the skill and the craft of playing quarterback. I think he does it better than anybody psychologically. I still think he does it as well as anybody physically. Yes, he has 17, and 17 is an absolute monster, but he had a lot of years where he didn't. Rodgers is not as flashy right now, is not as exciting as all these other guys, and I get it. But if I got to throw in with one guy, it's just the best pure quarterback in a vacuum. I'm going to go with number 12. I'm going to go with the reigning MVP, but I could certainly be talked out of it.
I don't think we can have this conversation without the one quarterback that has the one undefeated team in the National Football League. Yeah. To me, Kyler Murray shows up every week, puts up numbers. He does what we see Lamar did last night through the air, what we see Mahomes do, what we see Aaron Rodgers do, and he uses his legs. He's the best of he's the Voltron or whatever you call it, the transformer of everybody's best parts, and he does it out there on the field every week. And he showed us this week he doesn't even have to. He can win an ugly game. You harped on that for like 20 minutes yesterday. So I think Kyler Murray, somebody very much needs to be in the conversation. I know there's questions about whether or not he can maintain this all season long, but as we're talking right now, the best quarterback play, I think, and the most exciting and the most watchable and the most fun and the one I think would sell a lot of jerseys if I was starting an organization probably would be Kyler Murray. I do have to bring up here at the breakfast table.
Which one? There's 30 we haven't mentioned.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Kyle kind of mentioned it.
Go on.
And I think everything you just said about Mahomes, or everything's been said about Aaron Rodgers, you can easily say about Patrick Mahomes. This is the Schrager, Patrick Mahomes fan club show. It's true. We love Patrick Mahomes. Explain to me how 5 games can undo back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, MVP, Super Bowl MVP. He's the best quarterback, right?
He's number 1 when voted by the NFL Network. He's won an MVP. He's won a Super Bowl MVP. He does not look sharp right now. He is turning the ball over at a rapid pace. He is not as good as the others right now. Of course, he's got all the talent. Of course, he's had a career that is historic. I don't know if I would argue that he's playing as well as Dak or Herbert or 6 other quarterbacks that we haven't even mentioned yet. The Chiefs are right now 2-3, and they are filled with turnovers on offense, and he has thrown a lot of bad interceptions.
Did you see the takes, Peter? One of your colleagues, Jimmy Johnson on Fox, had a take.
What did he say?
And his thing was, if I'm starting an organization now from the ground up and I can have anybody I want, he's taking Herbert over Mahomes. What do you think?
Mahomes is more established. Mahomes might have more natural talent, but Herbert right now has shown no flaws in his game either.
Small body of work. I can't get there yet.
This is the first time Mahomes has stumbled in his entire career. For a 5-game stretch, I'm buying. I'm all in on Mahomes. All these people.
But Kyler's better.
Like if somebody jumped. We had to bring him up.
No, you said.
Hold on.
I think the best quarterback in the NFL is. Oh,
It's
so
hard, right? Go on.
Kyler Murray. Make the
Aaron or Patrick? No, Kyler Murray I think has to be in the discussion because his team's
Who's
undefeated.
the best quarterback in the NFL?
Right now? Still
However
Mahomes.
you want.
Still Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, because 5 games does not erase what happened, and I think they'll figure it out. I think he's the best quarterback.
Dak Prescott gets no mention.
Oh yeah, Dak. Herbert didn't get a mention.
Good. It's like that question with receivers. Everybody always asks me, who's the best receiver you go against? Man, you put them all in a box, man. And
It's
like
impossible.
all these dudes
Marvin
are
Harrison was
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
Steve Smith was too.
Yeah.
I can't jump
Isaac
ship
Bruce?
on Mahomes after 5 games.
He's not the best right now. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not even in the top 10 right now.
Oh,
But then we're gonna
Out of your top
right
10?
now.
He's
right
out
now.
of your top 10?
Based on the 5 games. No, he's not. And this is the same reason Kyler's only played 5 games. This is why it's impossible.
We're not basing it off of 5 games,
We're
right?
basing it on everything.
I mean, you just made an argument for Aaron Rodgers not tying him to Devontae Adams because of what he did without Devontae Adams. So how can you base it on
Who's
5
the best
games
quarterback,
in
Kyler or
the city?
Mahomes?
Mahomes.
But why'd you say Kyler
but
then?
wait.
I brought up Kyler.
Just have to
Just
wrap-
No,
because
you
brought
said
up
Kyler.
Lamar. No.
What?
You're saying Aaron or Patrick. Brady is playing better than both of them and has more accomplishments than all of them.
Yeah, so I think ipso facto it might be Brady, who you then switched to Lamar
He's probably
Jackson.
going to get.
But if you
I know, I'm all
put
over the
Rodgers or Mahomes on the
Bucs.
Buccaneers with those guys, it goes round and round. How about Davis Mills look pretty good?
He looked great.
Really good. Mills Mafia, hello.